which is talking about one complainant in the case. The NCW says that this complainant has approached them, has filed a complaint with them, and has also stated that she is being coerced to give false statements. The NCW has made a big revelation at this point of time based on the complaint that has come to her through one of the victims in this case. Isha and Imran are joining us. I'd like to go across to Isha with the details of what the NCW currently is saying. The NCW claims that it has a complaint that has come to it from a complainant. Take us through the details, Isha.
Right, yes, Sagarika. So the NCW has now issued a fresh statement when it comes to the Prajwal Revanna sex scandal, stating that one woman did indeed state that she was being coerced into giving out false statements, and while she was and three people dressed as a policeman from the Karnataka police came and tried to coerce her into giving another statement. But the report that was being suggested that 700 women have filed complaints with the NCW is false. That is also what the NCW has clarified. But it is also being suggested that the NCW has clarified that nobody has come forward to make a complaint with them. But again, the fact that an SIT probe has been launched and they are taking due diligence of it, and they're also stating that a suo motu cognizance was taken in the past as well. And now the fact that these rumors have come to the fore about these complaints and these women lodging complaints with the NCW. So this particular press note does quash all those rumors and put them to rest.
All right. So there are two things that the NCW has currently spoken about. Point number one is that there were some talks about 700 women filing complaints. The NCW says that they haven't received any such complaint. And point number two that Isha is mentioning is that there is one complainant who has approached the women's panel and she has spoken about coercion from the police. Imran is also tracking the developments, and Imran has been following the story since the very start. Imran, today is the day when Prajwal Revanna is supposed to be back. What are the details that you know about this? Because it was as per his lawyers. They sought some time. They put out a statement on social media on his behalf, and they said that he would be back on the 9th. Today is the 9th. What are you hearing? When is that flight supposed to land? Is he on his way to India?
Well, that's the lawyers had once since the case broke out, when he had not attended SIT's notice, had sought 7 days' time. That ends yesterday, and he was supposed to come tonight, land in Bangalore and face the trial. Now that has what his lawyers are saying, that they're looking at another legal strategy, not to bring him at this point of time, but to delay it further and seek a bail. That's what we're getting to know, but it's hard to understand how, when blue-collar notices have been issued and two notices are already been given by SIT, what the strategy will be to get bail for Prajwal Revanna. He is the main accused in the three affair which was registered, total 4 in this case, and whereas serious charges of sexual assault and rape has been registered against him. And the latest is on 8th May, when a woman who was abducted in Mysuru had also complained of registered FIR of rape against him. Now the JDS says that this is all been done to break the JDS and BJP alliance, and in fact the aim of the investigation is not to take action against Prajwal Revanna, but to take action against JDS leaders.
Absolutely. So Imran is getting us all those details. Another dilly-dallying tactic is what he's tracking on the ground when it comes to Prajwal Revanna, who today faces charges of sexual assault and rape. Thank you, Isha and Imran, for joining us. Taking a short break here on Times Now. We'll be back with more news and updates.